Guys, are you guys saying that you don't want to watch Just Pearly Things? Like, come on, bro. This is the bread and butter of this channel right now. Is Just Pearly Things videos. It makes people ask me to watch it. And then on top of that, they do well. So now you have to watch it. Live stream viewers, that's where we're at. You quite literally cannot click off the video now. I've cast a spell. Shadow Wizard Money Gang. We love casting spells. This is another Brittany Venti video called Just Pearly Things, the Crybully Feminist.
Channels were offering my entire... Why do you think these reaction channels were offering my entire staff jobs? They
Who was doing that?
want me to fail, and they're bullies. All of
Bullies.
them are bullies.
Wow. Crying bully like
I thought that she said bullying was a good thing, especially, right? So why would she complain about that?
a woke feminist, huh? It must be why she has feminism tagged in her video. Pearl is upset about reaction / commentary channels and has tweeted about it at least a dozen times in the past week.
But she keeps giving people more ammunition, right? Like, that's what it comes down to. You know what I mean? I can't just make a Pearl video every day, or else people think I'm crazy. But if she complains, hey, I get to make a video, okay? Stop complaining about it. You know, you complained. Everybody gets the right to complain. Just stop now if you want people to stop talking about you. But that's what's going on. Got a little, you're freshening the honeypot too much.
Saying they're all fake news, bullies, and the leeches of society who have no beliefs, unlike Pearl, who bases her belief system off of whatever Fresh and Fit is saying that day. Boy, those commentary channels are just so awful that Pearl decided to recently subscribe to my boyfriend's channel where he exclusively does reaction content.
Ew! Your boyfriend is fucking think before you sleep? Oh my god, have you thought before you went to sleep? That's your boyfriend? Wow. Incredible. He's something else. It's not necessarily the viewpoints that he has that I disagree with. It's just terrible. We just did a thing for reaction. It was terrible. It was oh my god. What a world we live in, guys. What an incredible world, you know? Okay.
So I don't know why she subscribed, as she feels that reaction and commentary channels are just all bottom of the barrel bullies. God. But who are these bullies specifically that ignited Pearl to rant about them? It turns out that Pearl has an ongoing beef with Abba and Preach for the past year that at least partially inspired her rant tweets and video. Yeah. Abba and Preach actually reacted to my Pearl video recently, so I just want to say I appreciate everyone who has supported the video thus far.
Yay.
But Daddy's little girl,
it was a good video.
Pearl is not so happy about Abba and Preach. She recently name dropped them in her rant video about these commentary reaction channels.
Yeah, I watched that. It was something else. It was just her. It was just her pushing like a victim narrative. That was all it was.
Bullying her.
I'll put
I
it in the
actually
description.
changed my mind.
Oh, wait, I didn't watch this.
Abba and Preach thing. I was team Abba and Preach. I was in the beginning of the Fresh and Fit drama.
So after Abba and Preach reacted to my
because Fresh and Fit don't like you, and now that you have nothing else, all you can do is gravitate towards Fresh and Fit. But my understanding is they really just don't like her. So.
My channel, which led me to fall down this rabbit hole, I wanted to know what exactly it was that Pearl considered to be such horrendous bullying.
Let's say a news person pulls up a media hit piece, okay, on Red Pill, folks. They're gonna play this clip.
This was Pearl's world. I'd get rid of birth control. I'd ban it. I think that's the root of all evil. I don't think women should vote.
And their audience is gonna know that Red Pill popular people are saying dumb shit like this, and they're gonna discredit everything.
That's
yeah, you probably shouldn't say things like that. Like you think now, of course, she doesn't believe that. She's just a ditzy, silly goose. But yeah, no, people are. If you genuinely believe, or you express yourself in a way where you're saying you believe that women shouldn't vote, people are gonna discredit you for that because it's silly.
Not bullying, that is called criticism. And it's justified criticism considering that her arguments are intended to be inflammatory. Is this really the girl complaining about getting bullied by reaction channels?
Sims will tell women it's perfectly acceptable to get divorced over small things like finances, chores, and not being happy. I love this tweet because small things like finances, literally money rules the world. Maybe chores, let's just put that aside for a second. Cheating, which is a huge deal, it's a literal violation of trust, and not being happy is not a good thing. I know that maybe this is a little more emotional, but if you're not happy, you should do your best to distance yourself from what makes you unhappy. Now, that doesn't mean that just because you may be unhappy in a relationship means that you should throw it away. But if the core problem in your relationship is you're with somebody that just doesn't care about you and is not making you happy, maybe you should leave, man or woman. But this, I know, is a response to when they were talking about the consistent behaviors of some men not pulling their weight around the house. That was it. It was a scenario where it was like, hey, let's say a man and woman are both working, but the woman has to come home and do the chores still. Like, that's disrespectful, and a woman's going to harbor resentments for that. Either party would harbor resentment if they were the ones doing that. And Pearl's just like, oh, it's silly to bring up over chores. By the way, I've never been in a real relationship. I mean, what are you talking about? So that's just like her attempting to everyday reframe like what's going on. Every like argument she's gotten dumpstered on constantly.
This is the same girl who makes inflammatory.
I call her a whale, and I'll do it again. You're a whale if you're over 200 pounds. I'm 6 foot. Top 1% in height for females. If not over 200, you shouldn't be either. So it's you just being a bully. So if you think it's bullying, it should be fine according to you because you think bullying is okay, Pearl. So it doesn't even matter if you're getting bullied because bullying is okay. Bullying is okay according to Pearl. Now I don't think bullying is okay, but she's not getting bullied either way. But you do. So by your logic, you shouldn't care. You deserve. In fact, it makes you a better person. That's what you think. I'm just bullied because I care about them. I want women to lose weight. So I tell them that they're fat whales because somehow bullying people for being overweight helps them lose weight. That's the correct approach, guys. Based on Red Pilled.
Retweets all day, every day, and will go on and on about women being whales all day. You would think that Pearl's skin would be thick as blubber. Anyway, later in the video, Pearl gets triggered by Abba and Preach's comments, and she says this.
But it's like all Abba and Preach has done for years is like, hit piece, hit piece, hit piece.
Damn.
It's like they just sit on the lives waiting for it to take something out of context.
She complains about how mean reactionary channels like Ab and Preach are. Then her emotional support simp, Smokey here, begins to defend her honor.
I don't shit on these guys, but if they come for me...
There are times where like Ab and Preach will get some stuff wrong. Like that happens, right? But in the case of Pearl, I haven't seen a single thing, like that. Like Pearl's an easy dunk because she's just so wrong. But everybody gets stuff wrong sometimes. I'm not saying that I get things right more often. All I'm saying is that if you disagree with me, you're wrong. That was from my friend, Just Think Before You Sleep post, what he's recently said. I agree. If you disagree with me, you're always wrong. Just on the virtue of your disagreement with me. Noodle gut.
Come for you, I'm going for them, bruv. I don't care, bruv.
I'm there for them, bruv.
And she immediately ignores him by suddenly playing on her phone every time he speaks in her defense.
Whoa. A successful channel goes like this. That's the only thing I wish Myron never went down that road. What?
What's funny about this is that this is part of the lore. This is the same guy that Ab and Preach had made content on where he basically had a melty in Pearl's defense.
I'm not coming for no one that's not in no YouTube space.
Oh, is that guy? JustPearlythings again, yeah? Otherwise, there'll be more smoke, bro. I got bare smoke for you lot, bro. Both of you lot. I got smoke for Ab and Preach, bro. When I was younger, I used to do dinner. You lot a big man trying to tell.
What does that mean?
Bro, we got smoke for you lot, bro.
Bro, finish your sentences so we can actually understand what the fuck you're talking about.
Bro, I got smoke for you. I got smoke. You lot a problem. I got smoke for you. I got smoke for you.
Bro.
And they're not wrong. Smokey here needs to learn how to finish his sentences.
Fresh and fit.
Is his name Smokey?
Abba and Preach.
Or that joke?
Fresh and fit. Blue Kevin Samuel. Fresh and fit. Blue Andrew Tate.
They did what?
Fresh and fit. Blue Jay Waller.
It sounds like he's saying that Fresh and Fit are doing something very naughty to Abba and Preach. So maybe he shouldn't be talking about how the English language is used.
What kind of person like makes hit pieces on their friends?
What did he say?
Fit. Blue Andrew Tate.
They did
and Preach. Bro.
And they're not wrong. Smokey here needs to learn
what
how
did
to
he
finish
say?
his sentences.
Fresh and fit. Blue Abba and Preach. Fresh and fit. Blue Kevin Samuel.
What? Why? That's okay. I mean, God bless you. Whatever you want to do with yourself. But
it sounds like
what
he's
does that
saying
mean?
that Fresh and Fit are doing something very naughty to Abba and Preach. So maybe he shouldn't be talking about how the English language is used.
What kind of person like makes hit pieces on their friends?
Is
Is that a masculine thing to do?
I don't understand why she's calling Abba and Preach's video a hit piece. Is responding to videos considered?
I mean, I'm more concerned with why they're saying that they're friends. If that's what she's referencing? I don't think that Abba and Preach would ever consider them friends. I'm confused. Why would she say that?
Because if so, Pearl has done that plenty of times. In fact, Pearl's entire channel started from her reacting to videos with her very corny titles.
I saw the comment on your
so.
video.
Yeah, fake news media or something.
Yeah, she called you guys the fake news TMZ reaction channels, even her comment on your channel.
I think it's so funny because like Pearl does a lot of reactions.
Yeah, I know.
Like if you just go on her channel, you search up the word react. There's like hundreds of videos. I don't know what.
Oh shit, really?
She does a lot of reactions.
Oh, I get your point now. Okay.
Pearl reacts to. What did you see old content?
Oh, like the first time white girl listens to Jay-Z or whatever, like shit like that or whatever.
Yeah. The girl on Earth reacts to Lil Loaded.
Yeah.
So what exactly is her criteria for a hit piece?
See, guys, I'm only doing reactions because I'm still finding myself, and then I'll find myself, and then I won't do reactions anymore, and I'll do super cool, fun videos. My wife is actually talking to me about doing different types of content. Well, I'm still figuring out what it would be. I mean, I'm doing something with my wife on the Rob and Dan channel, link in the description. My podcast channel, where we still talk. So we were talking about doing video essays or something like that, or I have my whole old main channel that I could repurpose for some kind of like I don't know, maybe some kind of like a thing, maybe a political podcast, because that might be something that like good or interesting to me. because I could actually find meaning in that as long as it didn't turn into like sensationalized nonsense. But that would require a lot of work, and I hate work, But okay, anyway.
Does it count when she's reacting to somebody talking to her? Is that a reaction or is it a hit piece? It just sounds like she's mad that reaction channels are criticizing her even when it's fair criticism because she has an ego. She is never going to grow as a person if she can't take criticism. What's even the point of her having a YouTube channel centered around having debates if she can't even agree to disagree and cries bully? She's discrediting her entire channel by calling everything a hit piece. She also praises Fresh and Fit's integrity for not making hit pieces.
You can say what you want about them, but they believe what they say, and they would never turn on their friends. It's actually amazing how loyal they are to their friends. Fresh and Fit.
I'm gonna comment.
They are so loyal to their friends.
But the thing is, their entire show is a hit
They're
piece
so loyal to their friends, and I wish that they were my friend, but they don't like me very much because they think that I'm a loser. So please be my friend, Fresh and Fit. That's what this video sounds like to me. Dude, get out of your own fire, you fucking bitch. Sorry. Let me get angry. Okay, cool stuff.
On women. Almost every episode, they're talking to intoxicated, low-class sex workers.
That's
some know me as a throat goat, some know me as a singing demon, some know me as a glizzy gobbler.
And then they use that as a representation of all women.
True.
As shown by Willie Macshow, who made a well-researched video on Fresh and Fit.
That's
Myron
true.
and the other guy, who's like...
Oh yeah, I was supposed to watch that. You guys sent that to me too.
Brown henchman or whatever, asks the girls dumb gotcha questions.
Let's say you go to a fortune teller. That man of your dreams, you find out 5 years from now, he's going to be broke. No ability to provide security for you. He's going to become an alcoholic. Would you stay with him now that you're armed with this information?
What a...
Ability to provide. Find out 5 years from now, he's going to be broke. Fortune teller. That man of your dreams, you find out 5 years from now, he's going to be broke.
Okay.
No ability to provide security for you. He's going to become an alcoholic. Would you stay with him now that you're armed with this information?
No.
Fantastic.
What does that mean, though? Like, what a weird scenario. So we're saying that this is a scenario where there's a guy, and the fortune teller, the mystical creature, says that he's just going to lose all of his money in 5 years. What did he do? There's so much that I need to know before I can make an informed decision on whether I would say that person or not. I need more context. Like, what else is there? That I don't know. I feel like we're missing information. But okay.
Women are interested in a man's future. A man is interested in a woman's past.
I don't know what to say. Is there a comparable situation with a? I don't know. Okay, here's my comparable. I don't even know what's a comparable situation for a woman. The same thing. You meet the woman of your dreams, but then she gets breast cancer. And she loses her breasts. Would you stay with her? Myron probably wouldn't because, he's a piece of shit. What a weird... Oh, no, breast implants exist, What if she didn't want to get them, Myron? Oh, then I would leave her. I would have been cheating on her anyway, right? So that would have been him. What a weird scenario.
Gotcha, bitch. That's not a gotcha, Myron. You would not marry a woman that would become a crippling alcoholic. Nobody would. That's absurd.
Easy to manipulate.
Have any of you fucked a girl as a man?
Have you ever fucked a man as a woman? What are we saying here?
He also interrupts girls, tells them to shut up, and if they try to ask questions back, he shuts them down. Then after they do these tactics to make them look dumber than what they are a lot of the time, they'll go and take that and say that represents how all women are.
Do any of you understand what it takes to be attractive to women as a man?
I mean, I understand the concept.
No, you don't, because I meant...
Not a lot. You know what I mean? You don't even have to really shower all the time. I'm just kidding. Okay.
Mentioned a bunch of them and you looked at me like I was crazy when I mentioned it.
What's your longest relationship that you've been in?
What does that have to do with the question?
Because I just want to understand you, just like you are trying to understand us.
You've been extremely disrespectful.
When really a lot of it isn't that they're so...
I mean, it's a good question considering you claim to have relationship advice. So it's like, hey, what's your longest relationship? 4 days. Oh, maybe you shouldn't be having these conversations. I think that's a relevant question.
It's that they're intoxicated, they're using certain tactics, and they're cherry picking these women from certain demographics to appeal to their audience.
Silly gooses.
So not only do they do that, but Fresh and Fit have also maliciously utilized the copyright system against other YouTubers, which in my opinion is a lot worse than a hit piece when you're trying to censor your critics, just like how they did with Abba and Preach.
That's true. Even Tim Pool dunked on them.
If it decided to hit us with dozens of copyright claims, they apologized to us for some of the comments that they made in regards to Preach's significant other, and then afterwards.
Oh, by the way, I brought this up on one of my last videos covering like Fresh and Fit or something, and how they criticize they made fun of Preach's wife And there was like, oh, that wasn't actually her. Bro, right here. Look, listen to this guy.
Apologized to us for some of the comments that they made in regards to a previous significant other. And then afterwards...
Or maybe it wasn't his wife. Maybe it was his girlfriend. You guys are like, no, that's not true. Where did you hear that? I don't understand. It's like I got a gaslit by like multiple people in my audience where it's like, no, he didn't actually criticize his wife. It's like he literally did.
Today, recently, they decided to copyright claim the video that we did in response to their apology.
Uncle Luke, 1980s. Your haters crying on YouTube about those copyright strikes. I don't know why, though. Kevin Samuels does the same thing. I'm glad. Now the haters can stop these reaction videos. They need to chill.
Yep.
All right, I'm just going to make this announcement. If you use our content without our express written consent,
that's not how it
we
works.
will come after you. All right? It's a business. Y'all want to make hit pieces and all this other stuff? You can't make hit pieces without being ready to get hit back.
And of course, because Fresh and Fit did it, Pearl has to copy them because she copies everything that they do, including copy striking people. Pearl pulled the same stunt on the YouTuber Sarah Garvey and tried to get his entire channel terminated by copy striking it so many times.
There were, I think, up to 11 videos that were copyright struck. I was working with her, and these pieces of content were absolutely fine on my channel while we were working together. It's not until we stopped working together and I'd done my video that she wanted to strike the videos.
JustPearlythings is doing now. She's copyright striking my YouTube channel.
Jesus.
By the way, I know his video is blurry, but I made sure to fact check, and Sarah Garvey sent me the receipts for you guys. You can clearly see here that Pearl did in fact try to get his channel taken down by maliciously using the copyright claim system against him. Pearl says that all that commentary channels do is bully because they have no arguments, but nothing says I don't have an argument like trying to copyright claim someone's content to silence them for criticizing you.
It's an abuse of the system. Pearl is an abuser of the system. She's also a bully. She's a bully of the system.
Ironically enough,
she likes
despite
bullies,
her crying bully, she's actually using her channel's size of having 1 million subscribers to bully other content creators into not criticizing her.
Freedom of speech for you, freedom of speech for me. You're allowed to do some dumb shit, but I'm allowed to tell you dumb.
Absolutely. And you're allowed to tell us we're dumb too.
This is the take you would actually have if you were actually pro-free speech, unlike Pearl and Fresh and Fit. So it's pretty
That's the weird thing. She doesn't really respond. I mean, she makes response videos, Pearl. But she doesn't really like respond. I don't know. I guess to individual videos, she just kind of cherry picks. Like, just react to the full video or something, you know? Free content, you know what I'm saying?
Why Pearl is siding with Fresh and Fit and going against Ab and Preach. Like I said in my last video, Pearl is acting just as woke as the people that she is criticizing. Falsely copyright claiming someone is a woke tactic. And the reason she's using this woke tactic against Sarah Garvey is because he spoke up about a criminally bad deal that she gave him. According to Sarah Garvey's video, Pearl proposed that he had...
Yeah, like, why didn't she talk about that deal specifically? Why didn't she just like, hey, here's what I'm... Because I remember hearing it and I was like, okay, it sounds a little fishy. I need to hear her side. But why not just say that instead of trying to copyright him? To be like, oh yeah, the deal was this, and it was actually a good deal, and this is how much money he would have been making, and like, oh, I was using my facilities and stuff, so it would have been a deal. But instead, did she ever respond to it? I don't think that she ever did. She just ignored it, like respond to it. Maybe it was a horrible deal, and her silence on it leads me to believe that maybe it is a terrible deal. So
and clock in almost a full-time job's worth of hours per week.
She said she would want me within her studio 4 days per week. I said, okay, from what time? She said from 10 in the morning till 5 o'clock in the evening.
Only for her to take 70% of his money from his own YouTube brand, leaving him with just 30%. And apparently other people on her staff accepted.
Right, and again, like maybe it's because they would be using her facilities and whatnot, and she was doing she had like the people doing thumbnails and editing, blah blah blah. That's fine, but say something, Pearl. Say like, here's why. Here's this. You know, here's why this would happen. Then we could be more accurate.
Even less.
And I said, so are you saying that JustPearlythings Network has other people on low-end contracts? She said yes. I said, what's the low end? She said it's 10 to 15%.
Even MCNs don't do people dirty like that. No agency or network would ever take that from you as a YouTuber, and if they did, it would be because it's a scam. Pearl is too terrible of a businesswoman to realize that the labor she's exploiting with her dad's money is actually a liability to her. For example, like Smokey telling other YouTubers that he wants to smoke, that is a liability to her. And then when her staff does have decent advice to give her, she flat out ignores it and then lies about it when she gets backlash.
I did not find Nick to be racist. My staff actually did not find him to be racist. My staff actually did not find him to be racist.
And I said in the video, I'm not defending her. And I said in the video, I'm checking her.
Get out of my dungeon, pussy.
And I held her accountable, and I told her she has to address the things she said. And I said to her that it wasn't a good idea having Nick Fuentes on there. And I said that he is a racist, bro.
My staff actually did not find him to be racist.
She claims that reactionary channels have tried to steal her staff, but unless she provides receipts, I just don't believe her because she's been caught lying too many times.
Why do you think these reaction channels were offering my entire staff jobs? which none of them took, but did they report on that? No.
Who offered them jobs?
It doesn't really make sense considering that she gives her staff bad offers when you take into account that Sarah Garvey's deal of 30% was considered to be on the high end, according to him, when he asked her about it.
She could be owning 80% of the content on somebody's channel, and they only take home 15% of the money. How long are these contracts for? She said 3 years.
Honestly, I should just say her dad's staff, considering that he's the one investing in her business. There's no way her channel makes enough ad rev to be able to pay the cost of her production team and editors.
It might. I think that she does have videos with like really low views sometimes, but overall, I think that like she probably does. I don't think it's fair to say that she doesn't have the money to pull ad revenue. I also think that they do some things on like the interwebs. Like, this isn't everything. How is her stuff doing, though, recently? Yeah, there's really not that bad. She'll post, like, a bunch of... I mean, not for nothing. But we have a bunch of 1 days ago. 10K, that's $1,350. She probably makes a couple $100,000 a year. From it. So yeah, maybe I don't think that's right, but
and don't be fooled by her Social Blade estimates. Most of her views are shorts, which pretty much produce no income, so she's probably very close to the low end of Social Blade's estimate. She
probably makes a lot of money.
The shorts algorithm to get more views because she's somehow past Fresh and Fit, the channel she's blatantly copying with no original twist to incentivize viewers to watch her over them. That's something that doesn't really happen in this industry. So the only way she could surpass them in views and subscribers despite only having a fraction of the average views that Fresh and Fit get is by spamming everyone with like 10 or 20 short uploads every day. I wonder how Fresh and Fit feel about this.
Plus, I think that they make some money from like their like internal show, or she makes some money from like her internal show. I think she probably makes a lot of money on that channel. You'd be surprised.
Please protect your podcast. A lot of people are copying you guys. It's corny at this point.
Oh no,
bro, we can't stop it, bro. It is what it is, man.
They're like, it's tasteless, but what can you do? So that's how Fresh and Fit feel about copycats like Pearl, who copy and paste their entire show. Now compare that to what Pearl is saying about them.
No, and this is me even conceding, like they offer more value than anyone in the space. Who's had more men's improvement guys on? They're out here giving solutions.
Well, I think that I don't know if they're explicitly talking about Pearl there. I don't think that they brought up Pearl there. There's plenty of people who do like the exact same thing that do exactly what Fresh and Fit does. Pearl is up there, I suppose. Kind of. She doesn't do like the whole round table thing, so they may not be referring to her in that instance. Just to be a little fair to her, you know. Not that I need to be, but you get my point.
Making the world a better place. Like, what do these reaction channels stand for that have been shitting on them the past year and a half? Like, I guarantee Fresh and Fit have saved literal lives.
First off, what would actually save lives is Pearl fixing her goddamn posture. Every time I see Pearl, she is in gorilla stance.
Oh no! This is gonna be the new Pearl update. She's gonna stand differently now. Because last time Brittany went in on her, she started wearing makeup. Like, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but it's a lot. She started wearing fucking makeup. Started like because she was like, oh, you look a little silly. And Pearl started wearing makeup, dressing to look nice all the time. It was something else. It was rough. She really had an impact on her. It was kind of funny, to be honest with you. But hey, you know, I guess the bullying worked, guys. I guess the bullying worked.
If you're going to be so opinionated and give people dating advice, then you sure as hell need to have good posture. Bad posture like Pearl's.
I love these that get like added in there because it's not nice, but Pearl is such a mean, nasty person. So it's funny because it's going to make her upset. She's going to think about this for months, thinking about it. She's going to obsess about it. She's going to start going to like a chiropractor. She's going to try to figure it out. Like, it's going to actually like sit with her. This one little part of the video is going to be the entire message that she's going to extract from it. It's
something. Make any attractive person much less attractive. And as for Fresh and Fit saving lives, they almost exclusively platform sex workers and male degenerates.
40-year-old smelly and drunk. What the fuck was that?
How saving
smelly and drunk stripper kicked off. Wow, incredible stuff. Wow, I'm getting fucking dumpstered.
Lives, they almost exclusively platform sex workers and male degenerates. How is that helping men self-improve when they're just making them think that all women are entitled 304s and they give no pushback to degenerate men on their show? In the video by Willie Mack's show, he does a great job at pointing out the garbage that Fresh and Fit teach men watching, like promoting SA.
Fresh and Fit brought on a guy named Charleston White, who proudly admits to assaulting women.
We used to run trains on white girls.
Choo choo.
Just go to Robin Hood.
Fuck, there's a fucking bad guy in here.
Yeah. We just come in with dicks out.
Oh shit.
I knew we should have waited.
Fresh
Fuck.
and Fit are having people like that guy on to teach their audience that it's okay
You're
to physically
fucking kidding
force
me right
yourself
now.
on someone and coerce them, and then they provide no pushback.
They act like it was a product of the 80s.
Yeah, that was a culture back then.
Yeah, sorry.
But these clips of them talking are recent.
You got a problem with what I say? I don't believe women shouldn't be beat. I think it's okay to whoop a hoe.
We forcibly used to white girls.
In what world is that saving lives? And if they're helping men self-improve, why are they leading by bad example? Like when Fresh and Fit challenged Ava and Preach to a boxing match.
If y'all want to talk shit, come back in the studio. We'll talk about it. Or we could box about it too. Because I'm in the gym now, you feel me? I'm feeling nice right now.
That's why
a box with Preach, bro. That's why a box with Preach, bro.
And later on in the video, you're saying that you want to box with me. Sort of happened that I'm going to be in the
Yeah, so to the Charleston White thing, my understanding, and this is to be a bit charitable, is that in that instance specifically, he was talking about his past and how it was like a bad past and how he's trying to be like more of a social advocate now. I don't know. I watched a little bit of it. There might be some truth to that. He'd still really fucked up that he was admitting that he used to drug and rape white women is what he admitted to doing. That's what he was saying. So pretty fucked up. But I think that's what he was speaking to. In their defense there. I still think that like it's pretty fucked up. I mean, the way he was talking about it seemed rather insensitive. And I mean, frankly, he should have been in jail for life, but Jesus Christ, I mean, it's horrible. But
US next week. You want to fucking do this shit? Let's go. Both of you. I'll be in US next fucking week.
Hold up.
Let's go. We'll put gloves on. It'll be illegal. I know Florida laws. I take one bitch, then I take the other one.
Oh yeah, and then they made this like pretend thing where they're like, he tried to send hitmen after us or something.
Let's go.
And then backed out after Preach said that he would take them both on.
We're not the first people that he challenged to a boxing match.
Right.
We're probably the first people that was like, oh, the dad got time.
Okay, but how about
this?
they backpedaled immediately?
And then he backpedaled immediately because I was like, yo, the dad, let's go.
Fresh and Fit backing out is a major act of cowardice considering they falsely copyright claimed Ava and Preach.
Well, I mean, you don't have to fight people, but my thing is that like men know, like a real man knows not to insult another man's wife, like unprompted. He was just insulting Preach's wife. You don't do that, right? You also don't tell women it's their fault for getting sexually assaulted. And then say that you should have picked a better man, right? That's not a real man as well, but yeah.
So please tell me how being a coward is setting a good example for men.
We help men improve.
This is why he has
No,
to
they
resort
don't.
to sugar daddy websites to get low-quality women who aren't going to care about anything except for his money, which is basically the type of women that are often on his show.
You approached me on a sugar daddy website and asked me to be your sugar baby.
I don't pay girls off sugar sites.
Facts.
Thank you.
Then why are you
And
on
then
there?
also,
Why are you on there?
because I use it as a dating site. I've said it many times.
The site he
Okay. I mean, that's all he really has to offer. That's what he talks about. Talks about how he doesn't need pussy, he doesn't care about female satisfaction. So I wonder why he has to use those sugar baby sites.
uses is seeking.com. It's basically an escort site. It's described as sugar dating, where you gift women things in order to go on dates with them. There's a recommended list with the most popular gifts. When signing up, it immediately asks if you're looking for earners or attractive people. You then need to immediately put in your yearly income as well as your net worth. Myron's profile name is 1% men. Hey Myron, maybe this is why you think all women only want you for your money.
If Myron were actually...
Well, no, the only women that would want him are actually for his money because he's a worthless person. But that's not how most people experience life, so...
value like he claims to be, he wouldn't have to resort to using sugar daddy websites. Fresh and Fit really have no business teaching men about relationships. And funnily enough, by being on these sugar daddy websites, he is taking the manosphere's arch nemesis Shira's advice.
We are going to be talking about how to instill hypergamy, which is basically gold digging and only being in relationships for benefits and lifestyle.
He's literally trying to get with the women that take Shira's advice on how to ruthlessly gold dig from men, even if that entails being a sociopath, lying, cheating, whatever it takes. I did a video on Shira already, but basically she believes that the only thing men have to offer is money. I think the reason Myron wants these women is because they're higher maintenance, which tends to be more attractive. And these women...
No, I don't think that Fresh has anything to offer. I don't think either of them do. And so he just looks for women that want him for his money because he has nothing else to offer them. That's really what it boils down to.
Aren't going to let him step all over them like a doormat. But he'll go around every day on his show telling women how they need to be doormats that are okay getting cheated on.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, what if you are giving him everything he asked for and he still cheats? So what's the explanation there?
We told you already, men don't cheat, they just have sex.
Yeah, that's cheating.
All right, so
Having
that's-
sex is cheating. You putting your
It's
heart
not.
into
Hold on,
somebody
Chris.
else is cheating.
It is cheating.
It's not.
Like, I find him
It's
now,
not.
but once I'm a doctor, is he still gonna cheat on me?
Probably if he's successful. He's gonna cheat on you regardless. Just accept it. That's what comes with it.
Even though that's not the type of woman that he's going after, the self-proclaimed high-value male.
Don't walk around saying, I'm a high value man. What do you bring to the table? Well, I'm bringing this because you are a dusty man.
He doesn't want the doormat women that he's telling women to be like. He wants the ruthless gold diggers that will treat him like a walking ATM machine. Otherwise, he wouldn't be on a sugar daddy app. In Myron's dating strategy book, yes, after all we've seen, he actually went and wrote a dating strategy book. He references another book, which it seems like a paid ad, honestly, but here's what it says. In order to be successful with women, you must know how to please a woman. It doesn't seem like he knows how to please a woman, considering he opted to buy one instead.
It's way more important to protect her than to please her. Who gives a fuck about a woman's orgasm? It's useless.
So basically, unlike what Pearl's saying, Fresh and Fit are teaching men to be unloyal, selfish hypocrites who have to barter for coochie.
I'm just being honest and stand by it. I'm not collaborating with you unless.
Hey, listen. At the end of the day, we all got to barter for coochie. You know what I mean? We're all bartering in some way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? It just depends on how you're doing it. You know? And me personally, what was my strategy? Everybody knows in the stream. Half apps at Applebee's after 10. Less than $30, and that's with a generous tip, right? That's what I call my penis because it's small. The generous tip. I guess that's the whole thing is just the tip. But yeah, cheaper than a sugar baby website, bro. I don't give a fuck. You know, and for some reason, women that are into psychology are very drawn to me. You know what I mean? I don't know why. I've dated a lot of women that were in some kind of a psychology field. I think it's because women, or people probably in general, but that are into psychology, that are like psychology majors, I think that they're all fucking crazy. I think that they're all fucking crazy, to be absolutely honest with you. And I think that that's what it is. And I think that I require some kind of a specialist, and I can't get that, so I get it through a relationship with my wife. But it is true, and some people will be like, oh, I'm offended by that. Yeah, but then you're probably not into the psychology field, because every single woman that I've ever that when I made this joke before, they're like, yes, that's true. Like, I am fucking, you know, people who go into like social work and shit like that, you guys are fucking, you know what I mean? Like, it's just what it is. It's life, you know? It's just life. So.
Yes, we have
to ask ourselves, is this simp behavior of bartering for coochie and asking for gold diggers' attention really helping men improve their lives?
Y'all out here listening and paying men who looking like this. Oh, this is very interesting.
Because to me, it seems like being a hypocrite and relying on underhanded tactics like copy striking people and not fighting fairly is the advice that Fresh and Fit have to offer men. I see where Pearl gets it from. It wasn't enough that she had to copy their show, but she had to copy their hypocrisy too.
No, I've noticed a lot of therapists are like older single women, and I'm kind of like, if you can't maintain a relationship, why would I take advice from you? Yeah, like, why would I take advice from you if you can't maintain a relationship?
It's obvious that Pearl is grifting.
She might be right about that, though. We just said women are in therapy are a little crazy, but Pearl, you also can't maintain a relationship. So, a little silly goose there, a little bit of a goose.
The manosphere, because she just mimics what she sees like a drone with no sort of critical thinking skills. I sometimes wonder if Pearl's even capable of having an original thought. I think she just regurgitates what she sees without actually thinking about it or doing research on it, as we saw in the last video I did on her. But apparently being so inflammatory and dishonest wasn't how Pearl always was, according to those close to her.
Because a lot of people be in my comments be like, she had to have been like this when y'all was dating. Bro, no.
What is this from? Is this an actual thing from Wanya? What the fuck is this? What video is that?
She wasn't. At all.
Apparently, well, I guess according to Brittany, he was kind of a deadbeat loser, so...
That's what pushed me to believe that this is all like a charade even more.
That clip is from Pearl's ex, known as Angry Reactions on TikTok.
She was not like this.
Oh, that might just be a video from playback.
Bro, it was this one time when I lost weight, you feel me? When I dropped like 100+ pounds and I was looking all sexy and stuff. You feel me? I had posted a picture and the caption was like, I had tagged this girl who used to always dub me. I said
Oh, they must have talked to him in the video?
used to want blank. I tagged her, but now I would feel offended if she touched me. She was on my ass about that. Pearl was on my ass. She like, no, you can't do that. You're better than that. And she used to always like be on my tail about shit like that. Now she out here calling plus size women whales. What happened?
He says that that's not how they were when they were dating. And that's not the only account. Pearl's best friend of over 2 decades also has something to say about Pearl.
So Hannah and I were friends from 2002 pre-K until last year. So that was 2005. And this was in 2016.
Have you ever been engaged?
No, never. And she's never even been in a serious relationship. Like, honest to God, her and Wanye, like, that wasn't even that doesn't even count at all, because what was that? They were both like nutso together anyway.
She says that Pearl's relationship with Angry Reactions or Wanye was very unstable. And that's interesting because it gives perspective on her entire platform being around dating and what
where did Wanye even make this clip? I'm so confused.
Standards that women should have. And then she continues to go more into why Pearl has the worldview that she has.
Whatever.
It's honestly like sad because she was always trying to figure out what could she do to get a husband. I always told her that she did too much research. She was always online, like looking up relationship facts and stuff like that, and she would be up late, like doing it. And I'm like, just stop. Yeah, just stop doing that.
I don't know if that's true because they might just be smearing her, but I wouldn't doubt that. That she's always just trying to figure out, like, what would a guy? How could I get a guy? Maybe this is her ultimate "I need a man" thing. You fucked yourself over, Pearl. You made yourself a low value woman, and that's just sad. Sad stuff.
That let's just naturally look for a man.
Well, that explains a lot. She's literally like a teen girl Googling, how do I get a boyfriend? Then her former best friend goes on to say the same thing that Angry Reaction said, which was that in the time that she knew her, she was not the way that she is now.
She would constantly ask me about my marriage.
Would you say that she believes what she's
selling?
selling?
Oh yeah, that's the girl that Pearl was like, she got fat or whatever, and then what, I don't know, she was just being disparaging of this woman. I remember covering that.
At this point,
I don't know. It's been a year, and I'm telling you, I have never heard one opinion like what she states now ever in my life. In the 22 years I've known her, I've never heard her to say this stuff.
So that's 2 people that are credible sources saying that in the time that they knew her, Pearl was not this way and that she changed in recent time. You have Angry Reactions, who has his career on the line if he were lying, and then on the other hand, you have her former best.
No, not really. None of them have any career on the line if they're lying. Let's just be real. Like, Pearl is at a point where, like, I haven't seen anything about Pearl that has been factually incorrect, as to my knowledge at least. But Pearl is at a point where you could say anything about her and people would eat it up. It doesn't matter what you say. You could say that she sprouts wings and shits herself, and people are like, yeah, I knew that. And then so Angry Reactions wouldn't lose anything if he lied about her, because that's just where we are with Pearl. Again, I don't think anybody is lying. I'm just saying that I don't think her career would end because of that.
Best friend, where the only reason she spoke up was because Pearl came out and told a fake story about her to do some sort of dunk on her. Basically, Pearl went on TikTok before TikTok got nuked and lied on her friend, saying that her friend was too fat to get pregnant to get brownie points on the internet.
Yeah,
Particular individual struggled with her weight, and instead of doing something about it, she blamed it on me.
Hi, she's talking about me. So in the beginning of her video, she's talking about our last conversation we had a year ago in March, where I confronted her about talking about women's bodies and their weight. And I was like, are you okay? Are you okay? And no, she defended it all. So I was like, okay, all right, we're done. I'm sorry. And she even came to know my friend group here in Michigan when I was still in college, and even tried to date 2 of them. It didn't work out. Anyway, off topic. That last part of her video, she says, and now a year later, this girl is trying to get pregnant and she can't. And weight affects fertility.
Yeah, it does.
I didn't know I was trying to get pregnant. I'm not.
And then her friend came out saying
also,
that
I don't think that woman's weight would impact her fertility, but
it wasn't true, and that they weren't even in contact in the last year, which led to her being interviewed and talking about her experience with Pearl.
Now, when I last talked to her a year ago, that was my plan, to get pregnant this year with my husband. So I don't know if she has seen my page from her siblings' accounts, because I don't follow her on anything and I'm private, but I
think
still
that Pearl just decided that because this woman is not super skinny, that her weight must be impacting her ability to have a kid, even though it doesn't seem to even be a process that they've really started yet. So
her siblings and sees that I'm not pregnant yet, so she's assuming that I'm too fat to get pregnant. She was lying about that whole story.
Unfortunately, guys, I am too fat to get pregnant. I cannot have a baby myself, and I think it's because of my weight. Just gonna be real. Sad.
Get you revved up about her stupid ass point that she was trying to make. I've also seen some clips of her YouTube channel and she literally lies. She makes up stories or does not tell the truth about her family.
And remember, even Pearl testifies against herself in what she said about Fresh and Fit.
I know a lot of girls that actually waited until they were married and stayed a virgin until they were married. And I can tell you that the guys at Fresh and Fit podcast they would never be able to pull a girl like that.
There's only a 1 month difference from that video and the video of her tagging MGTOW and doing a complete 180 in her worldview. She very suddenly just started saying things that were the polar opposite to what she was saying before. So is she really the way she says despite 3 different testimonies against her, including herself? Or is she just grifting to promote bad values to make money off of men under the guise of self-improvement?
Who are the real grifters? The people that don't stand for anything or believe anything, or the critics? Like, the critics are the real grifters on YouTube because they follow where anything
of men under the guise of self-improvement.
Who are the real grifters? The people that don't stand for anything or believe anything, or the
Yes, that's it. That's the answer. The people who don't stand for anything or believe in anything are quite literally, definitionally grifting. That's kind of like what it is. Silly goose, silly pearl, pearl goose. What do we say? How do we do this? How do we interact with the world?
critics. Like, the critics are the real grifters on YouTube because they follow where the trends are.
Thank you everyone who supports my content because I am
I mean, that doesn't make you grifting. Maybe it makes you maybe you could say you're a parasite. But a grifter because you follow trends? I just like my Supreme merch.
Funded. So if you like the video, give it a like, subscribe, and notification bell on. If you would like to watch my next video early like this one, you can go ahead and check out my Patreon where I post the videos early on there and give sneak peeks. Speaking of which, thank you so much to my producers from Patreon who help make these videos possible.
Yeah, go subscribe to her Patreon and tell her boyfriend, like, come on, bro. Come on. That's it. Just don't even say anything. Just say, come on, bro. Just tell her boyfriend, come on, bro. What are you doing?